Someone's got a lot to say to you. I've got the infinite paths at the back of my deck, which is the sun in the traditional deck, which tells me it could be illuminating a lot of things for you. But let's get into this. Interesting, I've got this death. This is the fool in the traditional deck. This is a death oracle deck, so it starts with the fool. I know that confuses you guys sometimes. This is like a new beginning. This person might want to have some kind of fresh start with you. I'm hearing like clear the air, illuminate some things about how they want to move forward with you. Let's get into it. Yeah, okay, I keep splitting to the sun. So there's, which is also a very happy card. So this may clear up a lot of things for you in a very good way. I'm hearing surprising. You might be pleasantly surprised by what you hear from this person. But let's get into this. Okay, this person could be a friend of yours or someone who was a friend. That saw you in this kind of energy, the Mystic, which is the Queen of Wands. In this deck, this is someone who is very wise, very knowledgeable, very up on their own pedestal. Not in like a hierarchy kind of way. It's not like a I'm better than you kind of way. It's just someone who has so much life experience that they are naturally set apart, that it can be hard for other people to relate to them, simply because they know so much, they hold so much wisdom, they have so much life experience, that again, like others sort of feel out of their depth in their presence. I'm getting that this person kind of had trouble navigating this aspect of you, where I have this Two of Trees, where they, on the one hand, saw themselves reflected in you, but then on the other, there was like, you kind of represented a piece of them that they'd been too afraid to grow into, that if they were to really solidify this connection, it would cause a bit of like a tower moment, or really more of a death moment, where I'm seeing like the death card in my mind's eye, is that it would be, because I see the tower as like quick and painful, and death is more of like a significant piece of you is being put to bed, where the tower sort of gets rid of things that like a lot of like false structures, and again, it doesn't negate the pain of it, but I find that it is very quick. While it hurts a lot, it's sort of like once it's done, and I feel like death can be more of a grieving process and more of a self-examination process, where you're like, whoa, this is me, or like this is what needs to go, or this is what needs to change. That this person sort of like saw everything that they keep up on a pedestal within you, while also seeing that it is accessible to them. They just haven't been allowing themselves to access it. And yeah, ooh, interesting. It kind of put them in this Pathfinder energy of like, I see this thing that I get to have, but I don't know that I'm enough to handle it. So there's this bit of like imposter syndrome that you triggered in this person, where they didn't necessarily know if they were enough emotionally, is what I'm getting, intellectually. Like they didn't know that they had enough within them to hold what you were offering. I'm hearing that the strength. I'm also seeing like heart, like lion-hearted, or that sort of thing, where I've got, this is a lion-faced person. This person could be very brave. They could be very connected to their heart center or their solar plexus. They could be a Leo. Any placement, they could have Leo anywhere in their chart. Or very strong, like sun sign. Yeah. They were struggling to see sort of like where the balance was they saw like everything that you were, and they were sort of like, well, what about me? Like, how do I, one, hold this, and then two, reciprocate in a way that balances the scales properly? Ooh, this, and I've got the orbs. Okay, so strength, and then this Six of Lotuses reverse. This triggered like an old childhood wound in this person. So if this person like ran from you or that sort of thing, or you guys just went your separate ways, it's because this triggered like an old wound in them that they may have been running from in themselves, that they were almost like trying to build themselves up around. Where I got that tower and it was like, no, this is more of a death process, is it's like once that tower comes down, then they would be exposed, and the thing that would be exposed would be the thing that needs to like die and reintegrate into this person in like a new way. So there was some kind of like childhood wounding that was brought to the surface because of you. Like it revealed a lot of what they felt they weren't allowed to have or allowed to embody, or I'm hearing like who they could or couldn't be, or that sort of thing, is that you showed them sort of like that they could have this. It's just 555 on my timer, so there's a lot of change happening around this. Yeah, like there was a lot of who they could be standing next to you, but they also felt that standing next to you would reflect all of their insecurities, that everything that they've ever felt about themselves, or maybe that other people had said to them, they felt would become true just by being in your presence. Is that you have a natural sort of like elevating presence with this Mystic card here, and they were almost afraid, this like childhood fear of falling short, even though it was being presented to them as something that they could hold. They just had to believe it for themselves. And I'm getting that this is something that they will be confessing to you. Ooh, this is to balance out. Okay, so again, there may have been something unbalanced between you guys that is being brought back to balance. This is taking a lot of strength for them to come towards you and voice this. And please understand that this is coming from a place of someone who's done a lot of work, a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of like excavation of who they are. So decide for yourself right now if you can hold space for that, because this is like a huge milestone in this person's life. So like the guidance would be to allow them to share this aspect of themselves. However, if you don't feel that you are ready for that, then don't accept this energy in the first place. But if this resonates with you, let me know. All of my services are linked in my bio, so if you'd like to get a little more information either on this reading or something else, you can go ahead and book with me there.